We are good to get right back into it. So we were considering as the next prompt, feminism lies about the benevolent nature of men. Andrew wanted to do that one. How's that sound for you?
Cool.
Okay, perfect. We'll get right into it.
Okay, Andrew, if you wanted to do that one, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, so when I'm referencing the benevolent nature of men, I'm referencing that men can, at any time they want, take the rights away from women, and there's nothing that women can do about it, and the opposite is not true, and therefore I believe that men are benevolent, and there should be gratitude shown for them not doing that.
Wait, so you do believe that men are benevolent? So then how is feminism lying about the benevolent nature
because
of men?
Because feminism is saying that men are not benevolent, that men are the oppressor class.
And you're saying that men are benevolent?
Yes.
Based on the fact that you could rape someone and then you choose not to?
Based on the fact that...
kind of the bare minimum, no?
Yeah. Can you repeat back my position so that I know you understand it?
No, Andrew, why don't you just repeat it if you feel like you want to
I want you to steel man it so I know you understand it.
No, Andrew, I'm not going to steel man.
Well, I don't know where to go with that, Brian.
Just give me your opinion again.
I just gave it. What do you want me to do here? I just gave her the position. She won't steel man it.
Then say it again.
Okay. So one more time.
Sure.
Women, in this case feminists, consider men to be malevolent oppressors. Men are the oppressor class, the patriarchy. And it's actually through the benevolence of men that women have rights, and I think women should be grateful to men that they have rights.
And how are you defining rights in this instance?
I would consider rights to be a set of preferences that are shared between people.
Okay, a set of shared preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so just reading that back. Men are benevolent because they could kill women, but they choose not to.
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
But that's kind of the bare minimum. Like anyone is benevolent.
Yeah, that's just an
sense.
Assertion. Can you substantiate that?
I mean,
what makes it the bare minimum?
Anyone can commit an act of violence against someone that is smaller than them, and we all every day choose not to. I don't think that's
benevolent.
Not
an argument. Can you give me an argument?
Yeah, my argument is that I don't necessarily agree with your definition
That's
of
not
benevolence.
An argument.
But we just had an hour-long debate over definitions, so now you're opposed to that when it's your definition.
Do you want to define benevolent?
I mean, honestly, in terms of the premise, I do agree with you that men are benevolent, but I don't agree that benevolence is simply choosing not to commit acts of harm against others.
Really? Because I thought your entire moral stance was about not committing acts of harm against others, and that's what the good is.
Yeah.
So then
but that's kind
that
of
would
the
mean that
bare
then that would mean men are good.
True. No, I mean, good is proliferating positive acts.
No, that's not what you said.
I think it's a
That's not what you
neutral.
said.
I think it's objectively morally neutral.
Objectively morally neutral?
Well, oh God, not the word objective. Never mind, cut that one. I think it's just morally neutral. To decide not to kill someone is a moral neutral. You haven't done something good, you haven't done something bad, you've done nothing.
Okay, then can you substantiate what moral neutrality is?
Moral neutrality is when you haven't done something that is good or bad.
Okay, so, and what are we considering bad here from your argument?
Bad would be the proliferation of human suffering.
And this would mean then that since men are not proliferating human suffering, they're not doing anything bad, right?
Yes, but then the opposite of proliferating human suffering would be proliferating something that is beneficial to mankind.
Like women's rights?
But you've done nothing. It's a zero. It's a net zero.
Like women's rights?
So you don't think that women had any stake in defining their rights?
That's not contending with the argument.
You don't think that civil disobedience is a way to fight for rights? That's not contending with the
argument. That's asking a question.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm giving you a formal argument.
You're saying that men just decided unilaterally one day that they were going to give women rights, but that's not what happened.
Well,
because we know historically there were multiple waves of feminism in which women participated in civil and civil disobedience in order to be awarded.
Yeah, and my argument is that if men chose to collectivize to stop whatever their collective disobedience was, it would have been stopped.
Okay, so you think that men are good because they could choose to murder all women and they don't?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And not only that, but that they're benevolent.
Do you want a cookie? Yeah, that's true. I agree.
They're benevolent? Men are
I don't think that all men are benevolent.
That means that, feminism...
But there are tons of men who do commit acts of violence, and there are tons of women who do commit acts of violence, and those women and men are not benevolent.
So then when feminists claim that the patriarchy is evil and malevolent, you would claim the patriarchy is malevolent.
No, wait. That I would claim the patriarchy is
Benevolent. You would claim it's benevolent.
So there we go. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that I'm claiming the patriarchy is malevolent or benevolent?
I'm asking, is the patriarchy malevolent or benevolent?
No, I believe perpetuating inequality is malevolent, but that doesn't mean that all men are inherently malevolent.
Well, how does the patriarchy advocate
the
for
patriarchy
inequality?
is a system
Yeah.
of inequality
Run
on
by
the
who?
basis of gender that is run by men.
Okay. So
Yes.
those men are evil?
I think that if you are attempting to perpetuate inequality through the oppression of others,
Yeah.
that is a morally bad action.
And how's the patriarchy doing that?
The patriarchy is perpetuating inequality of women by, denying them the right to vote, denying them.
Didn't they give them the right to vote?
Well, they didn't give them. It was one.
Well, no, again, unfortunately, just seconds ago, you agreed with me
Yeah,
that
I do agree with you.
that if men wanted to take away the rights of women to vote, they could. By that logic, then, if the patriarchy could have taken away their right to vote and did not, how could they be anything less than benevolent? Didn't they equalize voting between men and women?
Yes.
Then how could you say that
But the
they're in some way
patriarchy isn't what equalized voting between men and women. It was women's struggle that is what granted women the right to vote.
No, it was men who did not get in the way and went ahead and granted it because they could have taken it whenever they wanted.
Well,
right?
I don't think that every man is an inherent, master of the patriarchy. I think that
Okay,
there are
but
many men who
if
oppose the
is
patriarchy
system-
alongside of women.
Is the system that men or women feminists were fighting against patriarchal?
Yes.
And
I
if
believe that the system is malevolent, but men are not
Yeah.
all inherently
Yeah, I know,
evil.
but can I give the argument?
I'm agreeing with you, Andrew. What are you even arguing
I'm asking, is the patriarchy benevolent?
No.
Well,
I
then
don't
we have
believe,
a
but
then we
the
have a point of
patriarchy isn't a
contention.
person, Andrew. It's
I'm
not
not saying
I'm the patriarchy.
I'm not
It's a
I'm not
system.
saying it's a person, but if it's men who are in charge of a system and the men in charge of the system allow women to vote, then that would mean that the patriarchy, by your logic, is benevolent.
I believe that a system that is intended to perpetuate inequality on any basis is malevolent.
Then can you tell me how the
However,
patriarchy is
men
malevolent?
are not inherently
Yeah, I know, but can you
malevolent.
tell me then how the patriarchy is malevolent?
The patriarchy is malevolent because it's a system that is perpetuated to increase inequality, which increases human suffering.
Can you demonstrate that?
Well, before feminism and women didn't have the rights to vote, hold credit cards, own homes, leave their husbands, get divorced, sued and be sued, if a woman were to be mistreated by a man, she would have no power to leave that man without sacrificing her ability to have housing, food, and basic human needs. So it puts women in a position of dependency on men, so that if there is an individual man who decides to behave malevolently, that woman has no ability to get away from him.
And the patriarchy
And the patriarchy perpetuates that
the patriarchy,
by
hang
preventing
on.
women
Okay,
from
go ahead.
having access to jobs and the things that would allow them to get their own resources.
Yeah. So there's
thus
two
defining
arguments.
their own individual freedom.
Yeah, there's two arguments there, so I'll
Sure.
contend with both of them. Let's start with the first one. If it is the case that the patriarchy was acting in a malevolent way and women appealed to the patriarchy and they granted them these various rights that you considered was unjust, which by your logic they had to, then wouldn't that be the patriarchy acting benevolently?
But we're not appealing to the patriarchy.
Well, then who would
we're
you-
appealing to the morality of men. I don't think that all men are naturally just patriarchy.
Then when you were fighting the system,
patriarchy is a system, but men are not the system.
So
Some men are
did
creators
the
of
system give you the right to vote?
The system did not give us the right to vote.
Then who did?
Men who were not who did not subscribe to the system, helped us establish the right to vote through our own work as social muckrakers.
So wait, I'm confused.
Civil disobedience.
Who was in
I mean,
charge?
do you not believe in protests?
Who
It
was in
about
charge? Who was in
protest.
charge at the time? Was it a patriarchal system?
Yes, it was a patriarchal
And
system.
did that patriarchal system give you the right to vote?
No.
Well, then how did you get the right to vote?
Men and women
Uh-huh.
who were against the concept and the proliferation of the patriarchy fought alongside each other.
Uh-huh. Fought how? With science?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
And-
it's worked all over the world.
I
Nelson
see.
Mandela, Gandhi.
I see. So hang on.
There is civil disobedience that
So
has
help me
awarded
out.
people rights.
How did they win it exactly? Like, what did they do?
Well, a law was passed that
What
gave
law?
women the right to vote.
What law?
Which amendment is it?
You don't know?
No, I don't remember which amendment specifically is the
remember
one
the-
that gives women the right to vote, but there was an amendment that gave women the right to vote. There's also an amendment that gives.
So then actually the established system, which was in power, which was patriarchal, passed an amendment for women to vote?
But it's not a system passing. A system is not a person, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Do people get to vote on amendments?
Yes. So people voted on the amendment. That's not the
Brian,
system.
can we pull
though.
up?
Do you understand the difference
Yeah.
between a system and a person who
I
is
would like to
in
pull
a
up.
system?
I would like to pull up if people voted on the amendment.
Yes, people did vote on the amendment.
Okay.
So you think that all of those people, like, do you think that every man is inherently the patriarchy?
Hang on. Let's do a fact check here. I just want to make
Well,
sure.
do you think that every man is inherently the patriarchy?
What do you like me to pull up?
Did the people have a direct vote on the 19th Amendment?
No, it's 19th. Glad I didn't guess. I was going to say 22nd.
One moment.
Sure.
It says, no, the general public did not have a direct vote on the 19th
But that's
Amendment.
not how any amendment
The
is
amendment
added.
was ratified through the process outlined in the U.S. Constitution,
Okay.
which involves votes by elected representatives.
So then people did vote.
So who was the system?
Who is
No, that
the
wasn't
system?
the people voting.
Yes,
you
elected.
just got caught in
so
a
are
huge lie.
Wait, hold on, Andrew. Are elected representatives human or not? Are they people?
Were they the patriarchy?
No, I'm asking you, are they human?
Sure.
The question was, did people vote
Was
to
that-
ratify the 19th Amendment?
They
I'm saying
didn't.
yes. And
The
there
people
were-
didn't vote.
I'm not saying the people,
Yes,
the
you
entire
were.
country. I'm saying people.
You're just gaslighting because you got caught
No,
in a
I'm
lie.
not, Andrew.
Now help me out
I'm
here.
saying people as in...
Were the elected officials the patriarchy?
I don't believe that all of the... I don't know every single elected official.
Then who
voted
was
on
the
this.
patriarchy they were fighting against?
It's a system. It's
And
not
who
a
was in charge of the
person.
system?
Do you understand?
Who
that
was
it's
in
not a
charge of the
person?
system?
The system proliferates itself. No one is specifically like. Do you think there's
How
like
do
a
systems
Lorax for
proliferate
the
themselves without
patriarchy?
people?
A system is created
By
Actually,
people.
That's it. Yes. So a system is created by people and can be amended by people, but the system itself is not a person. Do you understand that? There's no person who's like, I am the spokesperson.
Was
of the
the patriarchy in charge of the system or not?
Was the patriarchy in charge of the patriarchy?
Was the patriarchy in charge of the system?
Of what system?
Of the electoral system?
Was the patriarchy in charge? Well, men were in charge of the electoral system.
Was the patriarchy?
But the patriarchy's not able to be in charge of the patriarchy. What's wrong with you?
Who's in charge of the patriarchy if it's not the patriarchy?
Well, it's men, but not every man is inherently a member of the patriarchy.
Who says every man? I'm talking about elected.
Exactly.
I'm talking about elected officials. Were
Exactly.
the elected officials who these women were protesting to change the law the patriarchy they were protesting against?
I don't know if every single elected official that voted on the 19th Amendment was for or against the patriarchy, Andrew.
Were they the patriarchy?
Are they all the patriarchy? I'm not going to make that assumption about.
Then what
large
system
group
are
of
you?
people.
Then point to what the system is that's the patriarchy. What is that system?
The system of the patriarchy is the government structure that enabled, well, actually, the system of the patriarchy is the structure in government that enables inequality on the basis of gender. It's not just one thing, it's a series of laws.
And was that system of patriarchy?
It was set up by men.
And was it in
yes.
place at the time that the 19th Amendment was put in place? That
Yes.
system of, and so weren't they appealing to that system of patriarchy in order to get the 19th Amendment passed?
They appealed to men who worked within the patriarchy, but those men don't
So the
have
patriarchy?
to be the patriarchy.
So they appealed to the patriarchy.
But not every man is the patriarchy.
I didn't say they were.
Yes,
In this
you're
case, we're talking about a system of elected officials. Were that system of elected officials
I don't think that the
patriarchy?
Constitution and the entire government is the patriarchy.
Then what is the
Andrew.
patriarchy?
It's
Point to it.
specific laws that enable the proliferation
How can
of
a law be a
inequality.
patriarchy?
A law can be so it's specific laws that enable the proliferation of inequality.
That can't be the
on basis of
patriarchy. The
gender.
patriarchy's
Yes,
people,
it's
isn't
a
it?
collection. No, you're the one that said that.
Patriarchy is not people?
No, it's an inanimate object. It's not a fucking person. You keep saying the patriarchy is people. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So what's a matriarchy?
A matriarchy would be a system of laws that proliferates the inequality of the sexes in favor of women.
So if you have a matriarchy, would it require that there was women who were in charge and in powerful positions, the top
Yes.
positions?
Yes.
Right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be matriarchal, right?
Sure.
So then patriarchal, it would have to have men in those same positions.
Yes, but those men
Hang on.
are not
Let me
the
just follow up.
patriarchy,
Let me just follow
right?
up. Well, no, I think who else would be the patriarchy then?
It's a system.
It's
It's laws, Andrew.
Can you-
like the law that did not allow women to vote is a part of the patriarchal system. But it's not one freaking dude. Why do you keep thinking that the patriarchy is a single set of humans?
Okay, well then walk me through.
It can be an ideology as well.
Okay, I see.
So like if you are a man who says, I believe that women don't have a right to vote, then yes, you would be in favor of a patriarchal system.
So when feminists were fighting against patriarchy, they were fighting against an inanimate object.
We're fighting against a system, yes.
An inanimate object?
Do you not understand how systemic oppression works?
Well, I don't understand how
No, you don't understand how
patriarchy
systemic
works.
oppression works. Okay, so you don't understand how patriarchy
I
works.
guess I don't.
Thank you. All right,
I'm
well-
super confused. Feminists were fighting against an inanimate object.
It's a system. Do you know what a system is? Can you define the word system?
I think that systems of governance require human beings.
Yes.
And I think specifically that
But systems of
I think
government-
specifically feminists were pointing at men in the government as being the patriarchy for sure.
Systems of government require human beings, but systems of government are not human beings. That's what I'm saying. Those men might have had power because of the patriarchy, but the patriarchy is not defined by those 5 people. If they were to die, then the patriarchy is not dead, it's not over. And that's the issue with the system, is because it's inanimate, you can't just appeal to one group of people and expect it to end.
So let me
That's why there's been multiple waves of feminism.
Okay, so I just
if
wanna-
the patriarchy was just the people that ratified the 19th
Yeah,
Amendment, then
yeah.
we would be over. Like there'd be nothing to talk about.
So when you're appealing to, I want to get rid of the patriarchy,
Yes.
you're saying that you want to just change governmental systems?
I want to repeal certain laws that proliferate the inequality.
So
of the
patriarchy is just
sexes.
laws?
Well, it's a collection of laws and systems, yes.
Well, what system?
Well, it's within the United States government system.
Yeah, but what's the system look like? Because it looks to me like we have the same fucking system that we had then.
Yes, but you see how laws can be amended and can change
So it's
the
just
rights?
laws.
Yes, essentially. It's
So,
a collection of laws.
so patriarchy is just a collection of laws.
Well, it's the idea that a collection of laws creates a system of inequality. Yes,
Okay, so
on the basis of gender.
Is any law which creates something which is unequal based along gender lines patriarchal?
Well, if it creates inequality on the like in favor of women, then no, that would be a matriarchal law, right?
Okay, so matriarchy and patriarchy from your view,
It's not a human. It's a collection of laws.
it's just laws.
Yes.
So if laws favor a gender, then it's matriarchal, and if laws favor the gender female, then or sex female, then it's matriarchal.
Yes.
And sex male, it's patriarchal.
Yeah, and I'm fine with sex and gender interchangeably. I know some woke
I mean,
people
I'm
are.
not
Really?
really.
You don't think that you can use sex and gender interchangeably in this context?
No, I think
that's interesting.
I think that when progressives say gender, they mean something that I mean. I use it interchangeably with sex because I mean female and male, and they don't. So let me
In the
ask
context
you.
of this, I think we should use it interchangeably, but that's
Yeah,
okay if you don't want to.
so help me out here with this then. I just want to make sure I got this right. When we're talking about systems of enforcement for laws,
Mm-hmm.
for these laws,
Yes.
is the primary enforcement mechanism going to be men?
Well, the primary enforcement mechanism for most laws is our legal system, right?
No, the enforcement arm.
The enforcement would be the police.
And would you say that the police are mostly compiled of men?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Would you say that almost all enforcement mechanisms are compiled mostly by men?
Sure.
So then if we're talking about just the enforcement of laws that you want, aren't you again appealing to men?
Okay. And?
I just want to make sure that that's correct.
Okay.
Well, then you're ratifying force doctrine.
I'm not ratifying force doctrine, though, because it's not a judgment on. I mean, actually, I believe in your descriptor of force doctrine. My issue is that I don't believe in your prescriptor of force doctrine. I don't believe you're in your opinion on it.
Force
Yes,
doctrine is
force
not a
doctrine-
prescription.
Well, do you have an opinion on force doctrine? Do you believe that?
It's a descriptor.
Do you believe that it's moral?
What?
Force doctrine. Do you
Wow.
believe that using coercive force
Wait a second.
to consolidate power is moral?
Sometimes.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, sometimes
take
it
that.
is. But
But not all the time?
no.
Okay, deal.
No.
Deal.
But
I like that.
the thing is,
Andrew, you know we mostly like agree on this one, right? Like, what the fuck are we even talking about right now?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that, I mean, it actually does sound like you think that if all you're appealing to when you say patriarchy is laws that are passed, right? That's it. And that's what patriarchy is. I think that is in complete disagreement with the feminist movement and what early feminist pioneers were saying, which is that it's a male-oriented system, not laws.
It is a
and,
male-oriented
and that it's the men who are in charge, which are problematic. So
I believe that the laws are what are basically I believe that the laws are what are malevolent in this system. When
Okay.
it comes to the existence of the patriarchy, it is laws. Those laws were created by some men. Those men who created laws to perpetuate inequality, they are immoral for that action. But I don't believe that all men are immoral just because we live in a patriarchal society. I mean, that would be ridiculous. How would I do anything? How would I have a conversation with
But that's
any
not
of
what
you?
I'm asking.
It
I'm
is,
asking
though.
you to
You said that
differentiate.
feminism lies about the benevolence
They
of
do.
men, and that feminists believe
Feminists
that all
do lie
men
about the
are
benevolence
immoral,
of men.
and I don't think that all men are immoral.
Yeah, well, then I don't think that you believe in the same prescriptions that your feminist forebears did.
My feminist forebears didn't believe all men were immoral.
Well, it's not
either.
all.
They had husbands.
They definitely believed, though, that the system of patriarchy was literally men who wanted to be in charge and men reinforcing the system of men
Yes.
being in charge.
But that's not every man, is what I'm saying.
I didn't say it was.
Okay.
That's not the point.
But we're talking about the benevolence of all men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe that the men who created the patriarchy are immoral, but that doesn't mean that the men who continue to exist in the patriarchy
Okay.
are all
And
inherently immoral.
what makes those men immoral?
What makes those men immoral is that they sought to perpetuate inequality within our society
And what makes that immoral?
on the basis of gender.
Yeah, what makes inequality
Well,
immoral?
I believe it's the violation of natural rights, but you don't agree that those exist. So I guess it is completely immoral to oppress. It's completely moral to oppress people, according to you.
Well, so what natural right?
But if you wanted to do your prescriptive
wanna make sure-
definition of
Yeah, I just wanna make sure when you
morality, because
say-
we don't want to be.
Yeah, when you say a natural right, you believe that it's immoral under natural rights. Which natural right does that violate?
Well, I believe that we all have a natural right to bodily autonomy, physical autonomy.
You do?
Yeah,
Really?
the right to bodily autonomy. Yes.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so if two twin brothers want to have sex with each other, are they allowed to?
Oh my God! Wait, my bingo. Wait, my bingo. Oh, hold on.
Can you just answer
What
the
are we
fucking
gonna say?
question? This is so performative and cringe.
If two twin brothers. No,
Can you
I guess that
put
one's
the bingo
also
thing
irrelevant.
Yeah,
away?
can we
Can you
just,
put-
it's so cringe.
That
Can you
one's
just
also just
engage
a
with the
red
fucking
herring.
debate? If two twin brothers want to enter into an incestuous relationship, do you have any moral objection to that based on your standard of natural law? As you just said, everybody has bodily autonomy.
So long as it's not harming yourself or others. I don't think that this is necessarily relevant to the conversation.
answer the
Do you
question?
know two twin brothers who are
Can
trying to
you
fuck
answer
right
the
now?
question? Do you believe that two twin
trying to fuck?
brothers who have sex with each other, do you think that that's inherently immoral?
I think it's disgusting.
Is it inherently immoral?
I think it's pretty gross.
Is it inherently immoral?
I mean, to me, yes. But
Well, then you just violated your own definition of natural law, which says that people have bodily autonomy. You're saying now they don't, and that's immoral. So which is it?
yeah, I mean, it's just gross, though. It's
Okay,
not-
so is it immoral?
Yeah, I mean, well, what are the repercussions of it? Are they harming themselves or each other?
They're both consenting.
If two consenting brothers want to commit an act of incest,
Is it immoral?
I don't know. I think it's kind of a gray area. I say it's technically not defying either of their right to bodily autonomy, but I think it could potentially cause
Is
harm.
it immoral or not inherently?
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
Answer the fucking question. Is it inherently immoral or not?
I don't know, honestly. I'm going to say I don't know.
You don't know
What
if
do you
it's
think?
you don't know if it's inherently immoral after you just said you believe every single individual has bodily autonomy for two twin brothers to engage in an incestuous relationship. You don't know?
I think that if it's harming themselves or others, then yes, that would be immoral.
Okay.
Like if their parents knew about this and it destroyed their family, then yeah, that would be immoral.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because how would that violate bodily autonomy? Who cares what their parents know and it hurts their feelings? Who gives a shit? Do you care about if your parents care about your sexual relationships?
If it destroyed my family, I think they would care. Yeah.
That's inherently immoral if you engage in a relationship your parents don't agree with.
It's not just that they don't agree with it; it's that it would destroy their family.
I can make the same argument for a homosexual child. Oh, you're having a homosexual relationship and we're heavily
What?
religious, so that destroyed our whole family.
Yeah, but that's on the basis of choice. Like religion is a choice.
Both of these are based on choice.
No, you can't really choose who's your brother.
You can choose to fuck him.
Yeah, that's true. But you can't choose who's your brother. You can choose who, you can choose to have an issue with homosexuality. That's a choice.
Both are choices.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gross and wrong.
Well, it's not wrong, right? It's just, is it immoral?
I mean, it's not violating their personal bodily autonomy, but it's wrong.
Okay, what does that mean then, wrong? Does wrong mean immoral?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think, Andrew?
I'm asking, I want an answer, and then I'll give you my answer. But for the
Okay.
love of God, answer a question.
Okay, I'm going to say that there are limits to bodily autonomy and that is immoral. How's that?
So then, what is the limits to bodily autonomy?
I would say if you're harming yourself or others, that would be a limit on
Then demonstrate the
bodily
harm,
autonomy.
the bodily harm to themselves.
Well, I mean, they would be completely disgraced by society. That's a pretty
So
significant
that
harm.
if I completely disgrace myself in front of society, that's immoral?
Yeah, you're harming yourself. That's
What?
self-harm. You don't think so? Like if you were to run around the streets naked and get
Do you
arrested.
think that at first Martin Luther King was embarrassing himself in front of society? Because at first I think he was, until he wasn't.
Oh my God. Do you think Martin Luther King was embarrassing
Until he
himself?
wasn't.
Do you think that Martin Luther King is a moral equivalency to fucking
No,
your
I'm doing an internal
brother?
criticism in order to get you to understand that the concept that you just gave me was, if the society considers you and your viewpoints cringe, that's bodily harm. Do you realize how crazy that is to say out loud?
No, but society is not considering incest cringe. That's different.
Yes, that's all they're doing is considering
no,
it
incest
cringe.
is different than demanding human rights for black people.
Bro, I don't know why you're...
Because you brought up MLK. Why
Because
the fuck did you bring
I'm
MLK
giving an
into this?
example of if society socially found you to be super cringe, you're saying that that is self-harm.
I think that it would be self-harm to destroy your relationship with your family and ostracize your... Oh, do you want me to... I think that it would be self-harm to destroy your relationship with your family and to ostracize yourself from society for the purpose of having sex with your brother.
Okay, would that apply to just regular homosexuality? If you were in a religious community and that was your community, or perhaps you're in a religious nation or state, and you decided to engage in homosexuality and that destroyed your family, all of society went against you, that is now the same, the
Yes.
same principle of self-harm. How would that not equally apply?
Homosexuality is not a choice. Having sex with your
Having
brother
sex,
is a
having
choice.
sex as a homosexual is a choice.
So you don't think that any homosexual should be allowed to have sex so long as their family
Do you understand
disagrees
that when
with
you
it?
just continuously say, so you believe when I ask you a question,
But
that is the cringiest thing that you do. Anytime I ask you a question, you just say, so you believe that blah, blah, blah.
Well,
I'm
then
asking
why don't
you a
bother
question.
to share your freaking beliefs? Then I don't have to ask you
I
and
literally
probe
just
you.
got
You
done.
refused. I mean, even the last one,
I
this one, you
literally just
refused
I went
to
through
share
all of
an
my views.
opinion.
I just went through all of my views on this and we agreed, and now we're on bodily autonomy. So the
then
thing
why
is,
are we even-
please answer my question and stop obfuscating. Stop evading.
Okay,
Stop
I will
lying.
answer your question. Shush. Homosexuality is biologically natural. Like, it's a natural part of a homosexual human's biology. It's not something that can change. Your choice to disagree or be disgusted by homosexuality can change. However, your brother... Having sex with your brother is not a human necessity. Even if you are a homosexual, you don't have to choose to have sex with your brother. Therefore, you are causing emotional and physical harm to your family. However, being gay is not a choice.
So if it's the
Do you think that being gay is a
so
choice?
if it's the case that is, would you agree with me? The definition of homosexuality is attracted to the same sex for purposes of sexual intercourse or something like this.
Yes.
Great. So then, if it's the case that you're attracted to your twin brother, is that a choice?
To act on that attraction is a choice.
Well, then I would say the same thing about homosexuality, wouldn't I?
But it's not like you can choose who specifically you are attracted to, but the sex of the person
You can't
attracted
choose
to is not a
specifically
choice.
who you're attracted to. That's insane.
Really?
You can choose who you're attracted to.
You don't think that there's any personal
If you
preference
can just
involved
choose
in
who you're
choosing-
attracted to, then why can't homosexuals just choose to be attracted to women?
You can't.
Can you answer that?
Specific person.
Yeah, why can't-
Not the general sex of all people you're attracted to.
So you can choose people you're attracted to.
Andrew, some of them, but not all of them. Like,
So
not
if
the
you're
entirety
attracted,
of
so
the
if you're
sex.
attracted to your twin brother, right, and attraction is something you can't help, that's your justification for homosexuality,
No.
then what is the immorality here?
I think that an attraction to a specific sex or gender is something you cannot help. But an attraction
Why not a specific
to
person?
a specific person is something you can
How? How do you help who you're attracted to? How?
Really? You've never been attracted to someone and been like, ugh, I just don't want, like, I don't like them. Like, you've never done that?
Do you realize that you just refuted yourself?
You've never
How do
been
you
able
help
to
who
cha-
you're attracted to? You say you've never been attracted to somebody, and then that already presumes you're attracted to them.
Yes, you can choose not to be attracted to someone.
You
who
can't
were at one
choose.
point
You can
attracted
choose who
to.
you're attracted to.
I mean, I can. Maybe you're just like
You can?
Maybe I'm just built different. I don't know, man.
Okay. Do you think most people can choose who they're attracted to?
I think that the majority of people can decide on a singular individual whether or not they're attracted to them. Yes.
Are you serious?
Not based entirely, like you can't decide what sex you're attracted to.
Then why can't
but I think
homosexual
you
men just choose to not be attracted to all other men?
Did you just hear what I said? You cannot decide what sex you are attracted to.
No, they're attracted
But
to
you
the
can
sex. I know, they're attracted to the sex, but why can't they just choose to not be attracted to every man?
You cannot because I'm answering your question. You cannot choose which sex you're attracted to.
They're
But you
attracted to the
can
sex,
choose
but they're
which
choosing not to be attracted to
individual-
every man.
I'm using sex by gender.
I am
Yes.
too. I'm using. Listen,
Okay.
I'm so.
then what the fuck are you
here,
talking
look.
about?
It's simple. They're attracted to only men.
This red herring has
But
gone
because
way
it's
out.
not a red herring.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
so
it
they're
is.
so they're able.
Hold on, let him finish.
I'm
It's a
internally
random argument.
critiquing.
Hold on,
I'm internally critiquing bodily autonomy.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And all you do is run. So the thing is like, look, this is super simple. Why couldn't you be attracted to an entire sex, right? But since you say individual attraction, right, is something which can be helped, then you're only attracted to males as a homosexual, but shouldn't you be able to control being attracted to every single individual male who is in that homosexual category?
No, because individual attraction is different than your sexuality. It's a specific person versus an entire sex. Do you
Yeah,
not
so
understand the difference
so
between
then you
those things?
individualize them, and each individual person in that sex category you choose not to be attracted to.
No, that would be impossible.
Why?
Because it's biological.
So then, if you can't help who you're attracted to,
You cannot
that's the
help-
justification for homosexuality. Why couldn't that be the
No.
justification for an incestuous
Because you
relationship?
don't understand the difference between a sex and an individual. You can choose the individuals you decide you want to be attracted or not attracted to, but you can't decide the entire sex you decide to be
No,
attracted
you're attracted to the entire sex, but why couldn't they just say that they're not attracted to each and every individual in that sex and choose that?
Because that's the entire sex. If it's all of them, then that's still the sex.
Well, then-
if it's every individual, then that's the sex.
Then your argument's circular the other way too.
It's not circular the
Yeah,
other
they
way,
only have
Andrew.
one brother.
Your argument is
if you
circular
only
the
have
other
one
way.
brother and you're only attracted to your brother, right? Or you're only attracted to your family members,
But that's
or you're
not
only attracted to
biological.
that.
Let each other finish.
If it's the case that you're only attracted to your family members, right? How can you help that?
What version of sexuality is one where you are only attracted to your family
Actually, there is a version of it. Would you like Brian to pull it up?
What the fuck is that?
Pull it up, Brian.
What do you
what
want
do
me
you
to
call a person who's only attracted to family members?
An incestophile?
I think so.
An incestophile.
Well, we'll find out.
I mean,
we'll
that
get the
sounds like
exact.
a mental illness above anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you have to make a justification for why two twin brothers couldn't have sex with each other and why that would be immoral based on your bodily autonomy argument that everybody should have bodily autonomy. You
Well,
have to
it's-
demonstrate the harm.
Yes, there's still bodily autonomy, but you would be harming your entire family as well as yourself.
I
You
can
would
make the
be.
same argument for homosexuality.
Yes, but homosexuality is not a choice. Fucking your brother is.
Do you want the definition? Not the definition, the term. I believe
Yeah, the
this
term.
is the term. I don't know if this rings a bell. Consanguineous.
Yeah.
Consanguineous. Consanguinamorous.
Yeah.
A person who in a consensual romantic or sexual relationship with an adult blood relative. Consanguinamorous.
Okay.
That's-
I tried my best.
Your family all.
Can you wait? I
Here.
want to know what percentage of the population
Let's
is
try-
consanguinamorous?
let's try this.
Like, is this
You
like
got
a,
it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
By the way.
Is this a large group of
What
people?
percentage?
No,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very small.
It's probably.
It's
small.
got to be.
So-
So then why are we talking
because
about
it's-
this? When it
we're
comes-
testing
No,
the-
actually, I want
to finish it. I'm almost done.
Redirect the conversation.
We can,
back
and I'm
to
almost
general
done. I
bodily
just wanna ask
autonomy.
one last question.
I think it's weird that we've been so focused
One
on
last
these
question
two
on
twin
bodily autonomy.
incest
Just to be
bros.
fair, I searched her thing up. So globally, it says about 20% of the world's population lives in communities where consanguineous marriage is preferred, with a rate of 20 to 50% in parts of the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia.
They're all immoral, right?
So in those countries, it's I mean, if they're
They're all immoral, right?
hold on, can I ask you a question?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, wait. I want to go back to more research on this. I feel like I can't give you a good answer because I don't really know anything about it.
Well, there's also cousin marriage worldwide. More
Yeah,
than
because
10
are we talking about
10%.
like the cultural tradition of marrying your cousins or having incest with a sibling in a society that does not accept?
Well, here, I'll just make it simple.
polyamory?
I'm just going to make it super easy, the question. Your whole family dies in a tragic accident except your twin brother. So now you can't destroy them emotionally because they're all dead. Is it okay or moral then to have a twin brother incestuous relationship based on your principle of bodily autonomy?
I guess if you're not hurting anyone, including yourself, then sure. But I don't think that this negates the basic belief that bodily autonomy is a human right. Because I do think the consequences of living in a society where bodily autonomy doesn't exist are far greater. I mean, if nobody has a right to bodily autonomy, then at any point, any of us would be able to just fuck with each other and physically harm each other.
But don't you want to
without
restrict bodily
consequence.
autonomy constantly?
What?
Don't you want to restrict bodily autonomy constantly?
In what universe do I want to restrict
Well, I
bodily
don't know. Did you
autonomy?
support the lockdowns?
Did I support the... Well, that, again, is an exception in the case of creating harm to yourself or others.
Well, wasn't that
Those are the two exceptions.
Wasn't that a subjective harm?
Millions of people died. Is that subjective to you?
Well, I mean, it's a subjective harm that you lock people in their homes or lock down their businesses.
Millions of people died, though. It's
Yeah.
not subjective that those people died. They objectively died.
Yeah, but I mean...
Did you know
here's-
anyone who lost
here's the
anyone during
problem.
COVID?
Yeah, of course.
It was brutal, man.
Yeah, of course. But the thing
How
is,
could you argue that
how could it be so you don't really believe in a principle of bodily autonomy?
But it's foreseeable risk. Like, there's a foreseeable risk that if you go outside while there is a contagious, deadly disease, and you continue to spread that contagious, deadly disease, you could foreseeably cause
So bodily
harm to somebody else.
autonomy should be restricted as long as we can justify that there's some sort of harm to other people. Is that right?
Yes, to an extent.
To an extent.
I think that there are certain exceptions, but I think on a general principle, yeah, I agree with that.
So why shouldn't we stop women from having an abortion if half of us perceive the harm of it?
Well, because you haven't proven that that's a legitimate
Why do
harm.
we need to? All we have to do is perceive it that way.
No, you have to prove that there's legitimate
Then
harm.
why do we care about this?
Foreseeable risk, like on a legal sense, you have to be able to prove
Then
that
why-
there's a foreseeable risk.
then why do we care about you
You can't just
just-
go based off vibes.
Then why is it that we care about you hurting your entire family because it hurts yourself again? Because that's just perception.
Because there was a proven foreseeable risk. Like legally, there was a proven foreseeable risk that going outside could potentially cause bodily harm. And by the way,
Isn't
people
going
could-
outside always potentially
But by
something
the
that can
way,
cause bodily
Andrew,
harm?
I mean, I was also alive during COVID. People still left their houses all the time. People threw parties. Like people did tons of stuff
They
during
resisted.
COVID.
They resisted the state-sponsored bullshit. That's true.
But it wasn't a mandate. Like it wasn't forcing you to
They
be
did
inside.
force
The
businesses
lockdown
to
was
shut
not-
down. Yes, they did.
Okay, well, you could still go
And
outside,
they had,
though.
and progressives wanted COVID passports. Where are your paper checkpoints? Right? Very fascist dystopian.
So that you can't spread a disease that was killing people.
So then restricting.
Do you think that you should just be allowed to spread a disease?
Well, I
and
think
kill as
that
many people as
your
possible?
principle of bodily autonomy is making less and less sense because it seems
No.
like as long as we subjectively can claim that you're going to do something which we perceive as being harmful, then we can restrict your bodily autonomy.
No, it's not subjectively can claim. It's objectively can claim.
Oh, we can
As
objectively
long as
claim
you
it.
can objectively claim that there is either foreseeable risk of causing bodily harm or you are actively causing bodily harm to yourself or others, then an individual deserves bodily autonomy.
Then why don't we restrict swimming pools?
Why would we restrict
Because
swimming
there's a massive foreseeable risk that you're going to cause harm to yourself, your family, or other people who come swimming.
pools? I don't think there's a massive foreseeable. Also, that's why we have lifeguards.
There's a much bigger chance that your percentage as an individual would die probably in a swimming pool than from COVID-19.
But swimming pools are voluntary. We're not forcing everyone to go into a swimming pool.
This is so funny to me. I thought it was about bodily autonomy, not
Yes.
about not about anything else.
Yes, swimming pools are voluntary.
And you want to restrict
if you
bodily
forced
autonomy.
everyone to go into a swimming pool, then yeah, that'd be fun.
Then why wasn't it voluntary for me to walk into a fucking shop if I wanted to without a mask on?
Well, the shop voluntarily chose to close. If you wanted to open
They
your own
didn't.
shop,
The
you
state
could.
mandated that they close.
Oh, okay. Well, that sucks, but
Restriction of bodily autonomy. Like all of your principles are completely fucking incoherent. They're all incoherent.